I don't think I can win. It's impossible for me to win this battle. I need to fall back. I cannot win this fight. They're too strong. I need to rethink my strategy or just give up. This unit is on the border of the map and wrapping is enabled. Move the army to the other side of the map by dragging the pawn to the opposite edge and placing it there. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I need a transport here. Oh shoot, there's an enemy ship. That's 2 transports. They're attacking. There's just 1 armor. 3 devastators and 1 hunter. Hornet. That's not good. Oh, that was easy. Let's auto-resolve this. Even bartender tired of General's drunken babble. All he talks about is his spent arm, and he tips worse than a dwarf. Emperor's flurry of victories, fact or fiction, in technology or witchcraft, how shamans bewitch enemy.
Oh, my head. Feels like there's an imp wedding celebration going on in there and they've just lighted the fireworks. I drank shots and played poker with Henry, Edmund, and Scarlet. Not a dime left in my pockets. But it was rather jolly, in a vulgar sort of way. Men will have their simple pleasures, you know. Games of chance, drinking games, etc. All made for a welcome change from Henry's moody ways, though. He was rather cordial, if you can believe it. Thought I'd see Maxos shave his beard first.
Commander, under your rule, workers are finally treated with respect. There are unions. There has been an increase in wages. But at the end of the day, they still labor like slaves from dawn till dusk. This must be remedied. I therefore propose we institute the 8-hour day, which includes a proper break for lunch. I trust I needn't repeat what wonders this will work regarding your populace's happiness and the enjoyment of their lives. Think how hard they'll fight on your behalf to defend their liberties.
First you allowed people to aspire wealth, the vice that leads to indulgence. And now the elves would add idleness to the list of sins. Idle hands make for the devil's tools, Commander, not the Seven's.
So, first these workers want to earn more wages, and when they get them, they want to work less hours, yet maintain the increase. This is utter madness.
So once more, Oberon proposes measures that might jeopardize the war effort during times of war. Here's hoping the 3rd time I warn you will be the charm, Commander. Do not listen to the elf.
Oh, she's angry.
What hokum? Imps like to work from dawn till dusk. Just because the elves are lazy buggers doesn't mean we should be punished with extra leisure time.
Yeah, I'm gonna deny this.
Commander, if you're paying people well to work like slaves, that just means you have the cold hard cash to indulge in slavery, and you are in fact quite willing to do so. How distasteful, and how very, very disappointing.
Elves would say it is the war machines we are constructing that are the true devil's tools, Commander, but they are heathen pacifists. War is a noble cause when you fight it for the Seven. For in its fires, souls are cleansed and sinners extinguished.
Dwarven will may be stronger than the proverbial camel's back, Commander, but this last straw might have broken it nonetheless. Thank heavens you decided against it.
Wisdom prevails in the end. We all work tirelessly to resurrect the peace. We lead by example. There will be time to lay down our burdens when every last war machine has been destroyed.
And there's an end to all that nonsense. 8-hour days indeed. They'll want holidays next.
Commander.
Next time Henry wants to play cards, I'll tell him I'd rather tongue kiss a rattler. Such an unrefined game, really. The pastime of booze hounds and imbeciles. Quite unfit for a man of my refinement.
And the Salies.
To change the subject entirely, could I receive my wages a bit earlier this month? I've had some unexpected expenses.
You taught our enemy the meaning of defeat, Commander, but already I'm aching to give them another lesson. Come, to battle! I'm a general in your army, so I'd be amiss to say no, wouldn't I? Remain vigilant, though. For the instant you overplay your hand, the Empire may be lost.
Commander, so I took your counsel to heart and decided I should give my fellow generals a chance to prove they are worthy of my esteemed friendship and perhaps even trust. What better test I can put them to, I ask myself, than the holy game of poker?
Holy.
See who's shrewd, behold who bluffs, descry who dares, and when. So that's what I did. Rounded them up and played from dusk till dawn. You were right. They're not a bad bunch once you get to know them. Obviously, I left their purses emptier than Yorick's skull, which does do wonders for my temper. Can't rightly say if that endeared me to them, but I'm sure as hell would like to see more of them once this month's wages come in.
I hope your coffers are overflowing with gold, my lord. I'm discovering new things every day. We'll forge like not even a dwarf can, my lord.
That seems like a very important research. Oh, I got new cards, I think. Now they are all the same.
Step by step, you bring us closer to our goal. An empire united in peace.
Let's get rid of those enemy ships. Or juggernauts, please. Oh, the transport is already full. I'll buy one juggernaut here. And another one here. I think I'm gonna fight in this one. See how these bomber balloons work.
A second chance to serve. As you will. Adding coal to the fire.
Oh no, those are elite fighters.
Construction in progress. It'll be built in a jiffy. Construction in progress. Construction underway, Commander. Bombs ready to drop. As you will. Where is the port in port sight, sire? A second chance to serve. Anti-air turret completed. Anti-air turret completed. As As you will. Shipyard completed. Bombs ready to drop. Enemy and fighters will soon befoul the skies, Commander.
Drawing the Iron Curtain. We'll be back before happy hour.
Taking too many losses.
We're out of recruits, Commander. We're out of recruits, Commander. It'll be built in a jiffy. Direct me. A second chance to serve.
I was pretty sure that end fighter wasn't there when during the battle screen. Oh no, they're on the move.
Shipyard completed. Your unit will soon be ready. Your unit will soon be ready. We're out of recruits, Commander. Construction in progress.
What's brewing? I was just getting me a beer, sir. Where is the port in Port Sideside?
Bombs ready to drop.
But I was just getting me a beer, sir.
I'm losing altitude. A wise plan. Bombs ready to drop. Direct me as you will. God's speed.
More steam power.
Thy will? Steering to it as you will. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander.
Drawing the Iron Curtain. But I was just getting me a beer, sir.
We need more recruits, Commander. We're out of recruits, Commander. Construction in progress. Anti-air turret completed. Shipyard completed. Unit is being manufactured, Commander. Direct me.
Adding coal to the
I need to distract the juggernauts.
Drawing the Iron Curtain.
Bombs ready to drop.
Where is the port in Port Sideside?
Direct me. A fateful decision. As you will.
We'll be back before happy hour.
Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander.
Drawing the Iron Curtain.
Destruction is imminent. I can't take much more damage. Affirmative.
But I was just getting me a beer, sir.
A second chance to serve. We need more recruits, Commander. Acknowledged. A fateful decision. Juggernaut primed and ready. A fateful decision. A second chance to serve. What needs evaporating? As you will, as you will. Stopping them dead in their tracks.
I can do better.
We're out of recruits, Commander. more recruits, Commander. We're out of recruits, Commander. We're out of recruits, Commander. Construction underway, Commander. Thy will. Push brewing.
Oh, did I not give you mine abilities? I thought I did.
We'll be back before happy hour. Shipyard completed. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. We need more recruits, Commander. I'll fight to the death. Bombs ready to drop. A wise plan. Rockets or torpedoes? As long as you pay, we've got them. Direct me. A fateful decision. Steering to it. God's speed. A fateful decision. We need more recruits, Commander. A fateful decision. A fateful decision. A wise plan. Steering to it. A wise plan. A fateful decision. God's speed. A wise plan. Drawing the Iron Curtain. I'll fight to the death. Your unit will soon be ready. A second chance to serve. Ironclad manufactured. Bombs ready to drop. Ho ho ho, and a bottle of ale. We'll be back before happy hour. But I was just getting me a beer, sir. A fateful decision. What's brewing? But I was just getting me a beer, sir. Direct me. We're out of recruits, Commander. Adding coal to the fire? But I was just getting me a beer, sir. God's speed. Oh, I'm done for. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. A fateful decision. We need more recruits, Commander. We'll be back before happy hour. Acknowledged. Nothing will stop me. Rockets or torpedoes? As long as you pay, we've got them. Made to perfection. We're out of recruits, Commander. Nothing will stop me. Your unit will soon be ready. As you will. As you will. What needs evaporating?
Oops.
Hostile waters. Nothing will stop me. We need more recruits, Commander. Direct me. I'm losing altitude. A fateful decision. As you will. God's speed. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. Push brewing. Bombs ready to drop. As you will roll out momentarily, Commander. God's speed.
We'll be back before happy hour. But I was just getting me a beer, sir.
Unit is being manufactured, Commander.
We'll be back before happy hour.
A second chance to serve. Your unit will soon be ready.
What's brewing?
We sail the seas of destruction.
Ho, 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 and a bottle of ale. What's brewing? But I was just getting me a beer, sir.
Nothing will stop me. Acknowledged. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. Warming up the cannons.
Dwarfs on a ship. Who would have thought? Ho, 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 and a bottle of ale.
Oh, nice. I lost 2 balloons, darn it. How? Empire prevails. Death toll climbs. Sleep is overrated. Emperor wants us to slave day and night. Illegal gambling rampant aboard the Raven. Whispers of vile orgies persist. The policies have their following consequences. Your populist's motivation has decreased by 14%. You will receive an additional 7 gold per turn.
Commander, I hear that Lady Lohanna is to be the subject of an artwork, a sculpture to be made by some lizard dilettante. It is with great concern that I appeal to the influence you have over our dear queen. You'll ensure she doesn't take up on this offer, won't you? In elf society, we are all equals, and to put one person on a pedestal is tantamount to sacrilegious veneration. Despicable.
Oh, I should probably save.
My love, what a pickle I am in. You have heard about the new statue that will be placed on Government Square, have you not? The one school children from all over Rivellon could pick the subject for? As it turns out, I am the very subject they chose. Obviously, I am very flattered, but we elves don't create statues of other elves. To do so is almost idolatrous. I should refuse. Should I?
I don't think you should, no. Those children know you to be an inspiration, as do I. The statue is the least you deserve.
Aren't you sweet? You know what? You're absolutely right. I was chosen, and I won't back down. Oh, this is so exciting!
Impressive victory, Commander. You fight like a lion, which is almost as good as a lioness.
How do you think the war's going?
So. Steady as she goes and all that. Don't lose your nerve and plan ahead. Know when to be bold and when to take a step back.
I shall take my leave.
These are exciting times for lizard art, Commander. A statue of Lady Lohanna has been commissioned, and it will be our most famous sculptor who shall set her lovely likeness in stone. To be immortalized by Della Gecko himself. Such an honor.
Bella Gecko, huh?
Bloody good show, Commander. We kicked butt today, and firmly too.
What's your take on the war situation?
We're well on the way to victory, I'd say. Won't be long now before we have the bastards on the run.
I shall take my leave.
You fight with cunning, Commander, and you lead by example. Your example, of course, was I.
Our conquest of Rivellon is faring well, wouldn't you agree?
Don't count your dragons before they are hatched, Commander. Hubris is a subtle trickster.
Let's get this. Oh, transport can suicide bomb. What the heck, this seems very overpowered. I want to get that next.
What? Oh, it shall. That's my juggernaut. Oh no, my juggernaut isn't fast enough. Getting back my land.
Let's build some jackpots here. One ironclad. Seems like that's all the money I have for now. I'm so anxious about what will happen. Oh, I undo my research by accident.
It shall.
Alright, it's safe now. They keep fortifying their capital. Oh no. I shouldn't use any of these cards yet.
Hail for all!
It'll be built in a jiffy.
I've got big guns and I cannot lie.
Let's just smash them head on.
Battle Forge completed. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander.
Who will break? Who will bend?
Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander.
Rock and roll, baby! There better be a tavern. Grenadier, fresh from the barracks.
Troopers awaiting your decision, sire. The grave be their destiny. Catch as catch can. Field duty, eh? Unit is being manufactured, Commander. We're out of recruits, Commander.
Out it all mine.
Bring me the spoils of war. All is ours for the taking.
Oops. I screwed up.
Anything for the Empire. We'll crush them one leg at a time. We need more recruits, Commander. Construction in progress.
Big guy coming through. A drumman's orders and a sober man's thoughts.
Pay me in blood.
All is ours for the taking.
Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. The Emperor shows us the way.
The best way to see Rivellon is through the crosshairs of my double barrel.
Is that a tree? Well, not anymore.
The Emperor will prevail.
Let's get this dance of death started.
I've got big guns and I cannot lie. No merman can stop us! We could use some support, Commander. I will drench their torn banner in blood.
The grave be their destiny. Anything for the Empire.
The best way to see Rivellon is through the crosshairs of my double barrel. Who will break? Who will bend? No one escapes the twins.
The Emperor shows us the way.
I've got big guns and I cannot lie.
The Emperor
Get out
shows
of
us
there.
the way. The Emperor shows us the way.
All is ours for the taking. Our glory foretold. There better be a tavern.
Construction underway, Commander. It'll be built in a jiffy.
A drumman's orders and a sober man's thoughts.
The Emperor shows us the way.
Armor is weakening, sire.
The grave be their destiny. The grave tree? Well, not anymore. I will stand until my last breath. Losing ground, sire. Let's get this dance of death started. Anything for the Empire. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. Construction in progress.
I've got big guns and I cannot lie.
Is that a tree? Well, not anymore.
Those are transports, right?
Let's get this dance of death started. Your unit will soon be ready. It'll be built in a jiffy.
Field duty, eh? Who will break? Who will bend? Pay me in blood. Cover me with death if I should fail.
Lady Lohana orders Nagla Maniac Vanity Project. Use the statue to cost millions. Owning more territories does not help the Empire with its personality crisis, sneers Seer. Even his magic is self-centered complaints army. The Queen has rewarded you. Unlock defense with benefits dragon skill for 1 combat value. But I already have that power.
How much more base and depraved can a soul get when it seeks the death of a child to further its interests? Henry and I may not always see eye to eye, but if I can save his daughter, I will do what I can. And Scarlet feels the same.
What's this about Henry's daughter?
Commander, we have anxiously awaited your return, for our spies brought dire news. Some obscure nobleman by the name of Drury has ordered top assassins to kidnap and kill Henry's daughter Anne. Her death would crush him, and that's exactly how that prick tries to get the attention of our enemies. By robbing you of one of your generals, he seeks the same post in their armies. You know there'd be no stopping Henry. He sped off home the instant he heard the news. So now Catherine and I would like your permission to go after him. If he has to face those backstabbing bastards, we want to face them with him.
Heavens forbid his daughter falls prey to their blade. Yes, you have my permission. Fly at once.
Yes, Commander. We'll hack them to pieces and be back in time for happy hour.
How much...
Henry has a spot of daughter trouble, has he? These teenage girls, they're all the same. Scarlet and Catherine actually want to abandon ship and rush to her rescue. Can you imagine? At least I have the sense of duty to remain here in the epicenter of your power, where generals are truly needed. Well, there's that, and the fact that I just can't be bothered.
Dang, that's cold-hearted.
Your generals, my
Motivation is at 96%. Dang, that's harsh. Oh, they already left. I see, that's pretty cool. Let's see if I can actually win this battle now. Moving everyone back to base. I hope this works. I should be fine, right?
Construction underway, Commander.
Who will break? Who will bend? All is ours for the taking.
To uncharted lands.
I will drench their torn banner in blood.
Off we go. Who needs spying?
War factory completed. That's impossible, Commander.
Death will rain down on our enemies. Ready for the Blitzkrieg.
Watch your footing, Commander. Enemy armors can deploy mines now.
This world lies ready, waiting for its death.
Oh, how are they able to see my units?
Rockets or torpedoes? As long as you pay, we've got them. Let's get this dance of death started.
Who will break? Who will bend?
It'll be built in a jiffy.
Yes. Exciting. Let's go.
Let's get this dance of death started.
My reputation precedes me.
Keeping an eye out.
War factory completed.
This world lies ready, waiting for its death.
Not enough support, Commander.
All is ours for the taking.
Construction underway, Commander. Construction in progress. Construction underway, Commander. Construction underway, Commander. Not enough support, Commander.
Here we go.
I've got big guns and I cannot lie. Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom.
Recruitment citadel completed.
Let's see what's hiding
Awake at last. Mortar turret completed. Yes. Death hungers. Never trust doctors or patients.
Who will break? Who will bend?
It'll be built in a jiffy.
We're getting pinned here. I will drench their torn banner in blood.
Oops.
I'm going.
Acknowledged. Construction underway, Commander. It'll be built in a jiffy.
I'm all eyes and ears.
What is it now?
I will drench their torn banner in blood. Death to the false ones. All is ours for the taking.
Anti-ground turret completed. Mortar turret completed.
I don't like this outcome.
There's no reason to doubt your insight, sir.
All is ours for the taking.
Construction underway, Commander.
What is it now? Cover me with death if I should fail.
Pay me in blood. Construction in progress. It'll be built in a jiffy.
The best way to see Rivendell is through the crosshairs of my double barrel. Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom.
Wall factory completed. That's impossible, Commander. Anti-ground turret completed. That's impossible, Commander. We'll crush them one leg at a time. I'm afraid we're out of support, Commander.
All is ours for the taking. Big guy coming through. Hail and kill. All is ours for the taking. The best way to see Rivendell is through the crosshairs of my double barrel. Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom. We could use some support, Commander. All is ours for the taking.
Not enough support, Commander. I will stand until my last breath. What's brewing?
Getting thinned here.
Yes.
Not enough support, Commander.
Hail and kill. I've got big guns and I cannot lie. Ready for the blitzkrieg.
Aye, under my timbers are shivering.
I will drench their torn banner in blood.
Dead set to it.
Who will break? Who will bend?
Let's see what's hiding
Save us, Commander, save us!
Darn it.
It's hurting!
Oh, darn it. They took my recruitment citadel.
Let's get this dance of death started. Construction in progress.
The best way to see Rivendell is through the crosshairs of my double barrel.
Hope we don't hit too many fish.
Construction underway, Commander. My reputation precedes me.
Big guy coming through.
It'll be built in a jiffy.
All is ours for the taking.
Mortar turret completed.
I will
That's a lot of pretty explosions.
Warming up the cannons.
Who requested fireworks?
This world lies ready, waiting for its death.
Battle forge completed. That's impossible, Commander.
Death to the false ones.
My reputation precedes me. Not enough support, Commander.
Death to the false ones. Big guy coming through. Ready for the Blitzkrieg.
I'm afraid we're out of support, Commander. It'll be built in a jiffy. Construction underway, Commander. Construction in progress. I see dead people.
Blistering barnacles, we're making water!
Mortar turret completed. It'll be built in a jiffy.
Ho ho ho, and a bottle of ale!
Yes. A leap into the dark. Recruitment citadel completed.
By thunder, my timbers are shivering.
Battle forge completed. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. Trooper ready to march. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander.
All is ours for the taking.
I got my license to kill.
Construction in progress.
Show me my prey.
Let death extend its grasp.
Like the wind.
Our glory foretold. Horse of steel riding out.
I'm afraid we're out of support, Commander.
Go on, give me a target. Picking up their scent.
What is it now?
Ready for the Blitzkrieg. Who will break? Who will bend? I will drench their torn banner in blood. Our glory foretold.
Like the wind. You set the trap, I'll make the kill. On their trail.
I need a target, quickly! Look, my lord! No hands! Whoa!
This world lies ready, waiting for its death. All is ours for the taking. We're getting pinned here. I've got big guns and I cannot lie. Big guy coming through. Death to the false ones.
Not enough support, Commander. I'm afraid we're out of support, Commander.
The Emperor's enemy is my enemy!
Not enough support, Commander.
To the netherworld I return.
I died.
I'm all eyes and ears.
I'm going. Your unit will soon be ready.
Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom.
What are your orders, my lord? Never trust doctors or patients.
Ready for the Blitzkrieg.
Construction underway, Commander.
Who will break? Who will bend?
Construction in progress. Anti-ground turret completed.
Nice. I win. Even though I had less troops than the enemy. We have conquered their capital of Subel and successfully stolen all their belongings. Gold +1, tech +0. Obscure plot to kidnap general's daughter has military leaders desert the Raven. We are without command, laments near officers. Our man aboard the Raven Victory Party report. Unification of the land or one man's personal popularity contest. How does he do it? Wizards try to explain Dragon's healing powers in layman's term. Your general's actions have influenced the Empire.
Dear oh dear, it seems my esteemed colleagues made a mess of things. But why blame them, really? Takes those blockheads of counselors, of course, not to know any confrontation with hardened assassins is bound to leave a trail of, a variety of things. Blood, ash, and general destruction come to mind. Perhaps I should have gone with them after all. Sounds like they had a jolly old time.
Your generals are out of control, Commander. Now, I appreciate they stood together to rescue Henry's daughter, but when the end result has a tally of 2 incinerated buildings, a ruined hall of industry, and a few dozen dead or wounded, it seems to me they were a tad too enthusiastic. They may be used to battlefields alone these days, but we do not tolerate such mayhem in our cities. Someone needs to pay.
I should pay.
Commander, I know full well we need all of Maxos's strange new technologies to win the war, but their production is putting too great a strain on the environment. If, however, our war machines could be fabricated with environmentally responsible building materials, we may actually leave behind a world that was worth fighting for. Yes, this would increase production costs, but I'm also convinced these materials will improve the strength and efficacy of our vehicles.
I feel at home, Commander, in a landscape of barren rock. Endless forests of dead trees. Our industry is doing its best to turn the world into an undead vision. So may the Seven damn Oberon, and damn his idiotic ideas.
Oberon can sit there and weep over a couple of dead trees and dead fish all day long if he wants. But in the meantime, we have a war to win. And the last thing we need is inflated production costs.
I don't think ecology should be a prime concern at this time, Commander. It will take decades to undo the harm all these war machines have caused. But let us deal with these matters in times of peace.
Oberon's mad, Commander. New materials, new this, new that. It would cost a great deal of time and money to set it all up. And am I the only one who thinks a landscape filled with smoking factory chimneys and raging fires of industry is so much more beautiful than boring old woodlands and hills?
Oh gosh. If I support Oberon, support from all of these four will decline. Shoot. I really want to get Dwarf and Undead popularity back up.
Curses, Commander! Once more, our Green Mother must forfeit much-needed protection because safeguarding her well-being means we'd have to pull at the purse strings. Money. It's a plague upon mankind.
Sorry.
Wonderful, Commander. Infinitely champion industry, I say, and one day the entire world will resemble a graveyard and be complete.
Well done, Commander. And I hope that's the last we hear about all that ecology rot. The air we breathe is free, but war machines, not quite.
Oberon has a knack for proposing sound measures at a completely wrong time, Commander. I'm glad you two have come to this realization.
I'm just doing it so I don't upset the other four.
Splendid, Commander. Our technology may cut through flora and fauna like a hot knife through butter, but I'll be damned if it's not fun to look on when it does.
I'm sorry, Oberon.
We accomplished our mission, Commander, but I shudder to think at what cost. No wonder the councillors are in an uproar.
Good to see you, Commander. I've been meaning to thank you for the role you've played in the rescue of my dear Anne. 'Twould have been another story entirely had Catherine and Scarlet not come to my aid. Wonders of women. You should have seen us. And we reached before those bloody assassins did. But they beset us in far greater numbers than we could have foreseen. They used imp-throwing bombs, lizard arrows tipped with poison, dwarf axes that could cut through steel, but we held them off time and again. We three duelists, shoulder to shoulder. Of course, there was a touch of collateral damage, I suppose. One of those imp devices rolled right into an undead kindergarten. But really, those skeletal scamps are already dead to begin with, right? I thought it was rather funny. A shower of bones it was. Came clattering down like dry hail.
What the heck? They may be undead, but they're still living beings. And kindergarten, that's where the young undead are. I can't really understand the concept of young undead unless it's actual children being raised from the afterlife.
Is that a reason to be a killjoy and scream bloody murder? 'Cause that's what those gods-be-damned councillors of yours are doing. They demand restitution and the likes. I've half a mind to demonstrate what functionalities come with this arm of mine, and where they can put them.
Henry, your daughter is safe and well. If that means you have to face the music because innocents were hurt, even though that's not your fault, is that such a great price to pay?
I suppose not. So what happens next? I have to pay a fine or something? Do community service for the undead? Air out some crypts and polish their coffins? Bah! By every demon ass in hell, the things we do for our children, Commander.
We did it, Commander. Anne has been rescued. Hardest fight I ever fought, but it was worth it. I'm sorry to say, though, those damned assassins spared not the citizens that stood in their way. Many died, but not by our blades.
Seven be merciful when your generals descend unto our cities, Commander. When they paint the town red, they transcend the mere figure of speech. We undead have children to mourn because of their escapades, and we demand hefty reimbursement.
Create an imp bunker buster capable of dealing massive damage anywhere on the map. Construction requires 20 recruits and 0 support. The building time is 50 seconds. I want to see this.
Fire and steel, right out.
Now I just got these cities to worry about. Let's see which country produces the most money. This one. Achievement unlocked. All back blisters. Blisters. Let's take this guy out. On it. Oh no. I completely forgot to disembark the troops inside the transport. Silly me. I will lead this battle. Actually, no, just auto resolve. Are you kidding me? War consumes all natural beauty. Emperor neglects protection of the realm. General cause massive havoc. Branded child killers by the undead, and Emperor agrees. Emperors collect them all. Attitude condemned. War is not childish competition, philosopher says.
Excellent, Commander. Simply excellent. I realize I may seem like a cynical old sorcerer when I receive the news of one of your siblings' deaths with such relish. But if it hastens our progress to peace, may one fall neath your blade every day.
Those high and mighty counselors sure did a number on Henry, as if he's the one that caused so much trouble. Have they quite forgotten about Lord Drury's merry band of assassins? He's been asking me for a loan, you know, being robbed of his gold. Asked for quite a lot, actually. But I guess I can't rightly refuse him. A begging man is more agonizing to look upon than a begging dog.
General Henry got his comeuppance, Commander. I can only hope he'll reflect on his sentence with proper repentance and humility. Yet, knowing Henry, pigs will fly first.
Hey, you may never know. Hello, my queen.
My word! Have you seen my statue on Government Square? It's breathtaking. It's a masterpiece. Delegecko is a genius. An artist beyond description.
And the elves mad beyond description.
Yes, some of them were, despite the success of this enterprise. The unveiling was such a heartwarming event. All the children gathered round, and when I cut the rope and the canvas came down, a great sigh of awe surged through the crowd as they beheld the statue's beauty. Can you believe that I later found out some elf fanatic was planning to blow it up because he thinks I violated the sacred laws of our people? Never would I have thought an elf capable of such madness. All because of a single decision I made.
Sacred laws breed fanaticism. If fanaticism breeds madness, it's not your fault.
I know it isn't, my love, but I thank you for confirming it. This entire episode has been quite an eye-opener. For had I not been your queen, and would have heard about an elf princess far away, vain enough to have her likeness carved in marble, I too might have applauded the conspirators' intentions. Now I know better. Now I realize I've been perpetuating a distorted view of art limited by silly laws, shackled by misguided preconceptions. No more.
Justice has been done under the all-seeing eyes of the Mighty Seven. He who has cast down the bones of our brethren has himself been cast down into the dust. I didn't quite know what to make of Henry's attitude, though. I found myself paying for his whole trip back to ship. He kept going on and on about how sorry he was. Another drink, Yorick, to alleviate my guilt. Another drink, Yorick, in memory of those poor children. What could I do but pick up the tab?
It's over, Commander. I stood before a tribunal, was described as a maniac, a vandal, an arsonist, and even a murderer. But I bore it all with quiet dignity, my jaws clenched tighter than Prosper's ass. They took my land, my titles, what gold I had stored, but I stood in silence, not giving them the satisfaction of showing my rage.
Yikes. They took everything.
Quite a change from the hothead Henry you know and love, isn't it, Commander? 'Twas down to Catherine and Scarlet, you know. Never would I have let those bastards of counselors unleash their barrage of injustice over me, had I not rested easily in the knowledge that thereby I was shielding the friends who came to my aid without as much as a thought for their own safety.
Oh, so you took the punishment for it then too, huh?
My daughter came to no harm, and neither did my comrades in arms. All is well. Now, to toast them all with wine and beer, and again, and again. It'll have to be your treat, though, Commander. I'm penniless now, remember? I might be ruined and roofless, but that just means I'll have to spend all my leisure time right here on the Raven. Won't that be a treat? First one that goes miserly on me, though, will have a worse time of it than an elf at a dwarven dentist. They can afford to keep me like a king. It's not because I'm broke that Alf will go grog down my gullet, steak in my stomach, or broads in my bed. Not on your life, Commander.
Commander, may I just say that I greatly admire Lady Lyanna's courage under such mystifying circumstances. There she is, being feted by the whole nation, and yet her own kin does not partake in the festivities. I had no idea they harbored such silly notions. The poor girl can't be the subject of a painting or a statue, indeed. Don't they realize De La Gecko is a grand master? That his work will be admired as long as a single living creature draws breath?
Another battle lost and won. Or in your case, one full stop. The Dragon Knight came, saw, and conquered. You are indeed worthy of respect. And yes, I do speak in earnest.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Anyone in specific? He is a bull that holds a general's... I'd conclude there's more to him than meets his good arm. Anyone as true a lady as one of her species can get is cat. I hear she hates men, or at least are male-dominated. Anyone? She's no more than a tomboy.
How can I be of... Let's red...
Teleporting hunters, that sounds cool. That's awesome.
Dear me, I could do with a nap. To contend with demons drains the mind as much as it endangers it.
Wouldn't going to sleep endanger your mind even more so?
My privilege, Commander.
Oh, I just automatically take their lands, huh? More, give me more juggernauts. We will bombard them with impunity. An attempt on Lohana statue, queen hated by her own people. General stripped of titles and lands will be paid a fortune by Open Standard for exclusive interview. Maxwell announces Dragon can now instill fear in enemy. What did he instill before? Where are you, Emperor? Emperor being on his own game invests in anti-fear spells. I really like these news articles. Plenty of charm, in my opinion.
Commander?
What? You sound confused?
But of course. When Maxos chooses a champion, the future loses what claim it has under unpredictability. Here is one, he said, who will restore the Empire. Everyone might as well have laid down their arms then and there. Would have spared us no end of trouble. Anyone in specific? His presence... Anyone in his presence is more unendurable than ever since he became a changed man. Catherine and Scarlet may be pleased he's finally joined the team, so to speak, but I tire already of trying to ignore the oaf in the room. Anyone in as true a lady as one of her species can... I hear she hates men. Anyway, she's no more than a tom...
Come to have a chat, Commander. Just as well, for I've been meaning to have a word with the dragon myself. Remember when I told you about losing my arm and eye? How I lost it standing guard for your father, an emperor unworthy of his throne? Well, telling you got me thinking, as well as drinking. And here's the conclusions I've come to.
Let's hear it.
I was different then, you see. And not just because I was more man and less machine. No. The day they hacked me up good, there was much more that I lost. In that arm lay stored loyalty and duty. In that eye, trust and friendship. Out the door, just like that. But lately, they've been clawing at it, wanting to come back in. We've got a fine bunch of generals here, Commander. And there's Edmund too, but let's not open that particular can of worms. No, it's the girls, Scarlet and Catherine. Guess I've never come closer to women without wanting to get in their pants. I respect them as officers, I really do. And I think that should history repeat itself, they would stand by me as we make our last stand. Not run like the mongrels that still stain my memories. If there's trust to be had, I think they've earned mine, Commander. As of you, the sins of your father need not be yours. You have my sword and my friendship too. There! Now you know. So enough of this sentimental elf talk and let's drink! To us! To the Raven! To victory!
I can toast to that.
We're having a game of poker tonight, Commander. The generals have invited the councillors to join. I bet I'll have full staff crying within the hour, and the deeds to his castles before the night is through.
Oh, dang.
What would you inquire of me, Commander? Victory is now but a formality, Commander. For all intents and purposes, the battle for Rivellon has been won.
I'd like to hear your opinion about your fellow generals.
If you wish.
General Edmund.
He's in a class of his own, there's no doubt about it. I have many friends, and if you wish...
How about Henry?
Henry finally seems to have grasped the importance of belonging to a company of generals rather than a set of completely independent individuals. I never would have thought he had the wits to come to such an insight.
Dang, and here I thought you'd gain respect for him.
If you wish, she could stand to be a...
Sup, Commander?
What do you say, Scarlet? Shall we be victorious in the end?
If you're still in doubt of triumph, you're more insecure than I gave you credit for, Commander. The end is in sight. That much is certain.
The other generals, how do you feel about them?
About whom, Commander?
Catherine, for
Bit
instance.
stuck up,
Oh,
ain't she? About whom, Commander?
Edmund.
Shifty son of a bitch, isn't he? Acting all high and mighty all the... About whom,
General
Commander?
Henry.
I always told Henry he's a self-absorbed, trust-shy, pig-headed, hard-head of a man, and finally, he seems to have taken notice. I do declare, he used the word teamwork in a sentence this afternoon. First time I practically fell off my chair being sober.
Praise be that I know more than 100 languages older than mankind itself. If not, these books would mean very little to me indeed.
Let's see what your research has yielded.
Gladly shall I do.
Achievement unlocked. Dragon Knight. Oh shoot, it's already turned 24, huh? Yeah, let's blockade this sorry guy. Oops, I completely forgot to do something. I should have moved my Zeppelin and fighters up and away. Furthermore, cleansing charge. And chameleon hide.
Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom.
Won't that use too much fuel?
Construction in progress. Death hungers. Dead set to it.
Where can I take you?
Nothing will stop me. Acknowledged.
Move there and then attack.
You set the trap, I'll make the kill.
Off we go!
Like the wind.
It'll be built in a jiffy. Enemy grenadiers have been equipped with enhanced explosives. Warming up the cannons.
We'll be back before happy hour. Adding coal to the fire.
Death hungers.
We'll be back before happy hour.
Barrels loaded, Commander. Construction in progress.
Yes!
Get us out of here, Commander!
Unit is being manufactured, Commander. Recruitment citadel completed.
Bring me the spoils of war!
And these juggernauts are doing short works of these troopers.
Enemy warhawks can cloak now, Commander. You don't want them popping up behind your back. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander.
Dwarfs on a ship. Who would have thought?
The dogs of war unleashed. War factory completed.
We'll be back before happy hour. Adding coal to the fire.
At your service.
It'll be built in a jiffy. Yes. Construction in progress.
Hope we don't hit too many fish.
Be healed.
Yes! Hope we don't hit too many fish.
Mortar turret completed. Shipyard completed. Destruction is imminent. Acknowledged.
Where is the port in Port Said, sir? But I was just getting me a beer, sir. But I was just getting me a beer, sir. We'll be back before happy hour.
On a pale horse.
Adding coal to the fire.
Your unit will soon be ready. Not enough support, Commander.
Without a trace.
Those fools are trying to sink us.
Finest iron of the pack.
I've got big guns and I cannot lie.
Death rides. Yes. Dead set to it. A leap into the dark.
Dwarfs on a ship. Who would have thought?
Don't go back.
Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom.
progress. Death hungers, death rides. Push brewing. Anti-ground turret completed.
Moving.
Push brewing. Death hungers.
Victory will be mine in 1 second. I don't think I lost a single unit. Nope. Nice. Emperor on a winning streak, yet loses keys to Raven. About time Emperor announces magical spell that will aid his forces in battle. The Emperor's dark secrets and white lies. Your general's actions have influenced the Empire. Henry has gained a level in fearsome.
Commander, we the Lizards think that even though you fight to attain peace, strife is inevitable as long as monarchs occupy the throne. Sooner or later, they become dictatorial and go to war on a whim. Our end goal is to make Rivlon a republic. But first, we want to see if the majority of all the civilized races truly wants this. Which is why I'm asking for your permission to hold a referendum. Do you want a government that is despotic or democratic in nature? That is the question we shall ask.
Will you allow a referendum on republicanism?
All this talk about a republic is criminal, Commander. It would upset the god's divine order. Deny the lizard. Deny her firmly.
Even though we elves do think people are basically equal to one another, we nevertheless have a deep reverence for the age-old noble bloodlines from which the greatest of our kin descend without fail. And look at nature. Bees have a queen, do they not? No republic there. No. I don't think this referendum should be held.
Commander, if you're going to go about asking the common folk for their opinion on matters of state, we'll end up with clowns in the courtroom, candy dispensers instead of taxmen, and the total collapse of a workable government before you can say free gilded carriages for everyone is actually not a very good idea. Referendum? Rubbish.
Imps are notoriously fickle, Commander. We change our minds each time the wind changes direction. No, best to have one leader to decide what's what. You're not doing too bad a job, so why hold a referendum about resignation, eh?
I accept.
This is but a first step, Commander.
Achievement
and though you can
unlocked,
still
Elephant
dismiss
and
the
Dora.
referendum's findings if they prove to be not of your liking. I thank you for allowing us to go ahead nonetheless. Very few monarchs would have done so. This is but a
You are giving the populace a chance to corrupt itself, Commander. The divine order is at stake. 7 protect us.
My opinion is that you'll come to regret this decision, Commander. Let us await the results. But because of the very way Prosper's question is phrased, I think I can predict the outcome.
Well then, as for the clowns in the throne room, there's one already, for you're making a fool of yourself, Commander. People might vote pro all this democracy rot. Then where will you be?
I don't really care.
Bloody hell. I hope you know what you're doing, Commander. My answer will read despotic, but I wonder how many more of those there will be.
This is but
I'm having such a hard time keeping dwarf popularity up. It's actually quite frightening. I want a few more hunters. A very scary army. Emperor says he is unfit to rule. Allows Empire endangering referendum. Emperor, it is too early to rest on you. Emperor, it is too early to rest on your laurels. Spend your money now. Oh wow, it knows that I have a lot of money, so it wants me to spend it. You receive 50 extra support in all countries. Your populace's motivation has increased by 10%. The 7 curse you. Your luck has decreased by 2%.
Will these imps stop at nothing? They'll upset the sanctity of nature as callously as a barbarian would a lady's virtue. But we elves will not stand idly by as their engineered growths deface Earth's surface, even if it means some hungry stomachs must go wanting. They are breeding poison that will make children wither in the womb, and they must be stopped! In the name of our Green Mother!
The Queen's quarters, huh? Let's see.
My love, I could really use your advice today. It's this refugee business. The imps and the elves are having a bit of a disagreement. And that's a euphemism if ever there was one. There's a camp in one of the provinces that houses thousands of people that have fled the horrors of war, but death keeps stalking them in the guise of famine. The imps want to plant techno-veg, vegetables that are engineered to grow in a day. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? The problem is that the elves regard this engineering business as a breach of nature's edicts, and some claim these techno-veg were never properly tested by academics. They say mothers will bear misshapen children. To make a long story short, I have been asked by my people to join the protests against the impish techno-veg, lead them even. But I'm torn. Whichever decision I make, lives could be lost.
Typical of the imps to use a bunch of starving people as guinea pigs. The elves are right to protest.
Are they? You truly think so? Well, If it's unborn children I'm protecting, I'm bound to be on the just side of the conflict, am I not? In the meantime, may the spirits of the earth and forest feed those lost for food.
Yes, there's gotta be a better way.
Commander?
Now, I grant you, Commander. Normally it's us imps that are described as mad, bonkers, and everything in between. But today, the elves are stealing our limelight. Here we are, ready to feed 10,000 starving refugees with techno-veg, and they're huffing and puffing about our so-called perilous technologies. Toppling towers, this is just sheer lunacy.
Sorry, I already sided with them.
What would you inquire of me, Commander?
Sup, Commander?
My studies have been my...
Well, 60% chance to win, huh? $63%. $65. Let's see if money carries over between acts. This is the final battle, so I want to be the best I can. Oops.
Warming up the cannons. Drawing the Iron Curtain.
Exciting. Let's go.
I will drench their torn banner in blood.
Gosh, they're coming.
Juggernaut set to purpose. Unit is being manufactured, Commander.
Leave.
Our glory foretold.
The Emperor shows us the way. Construction underway, Commander. We'll crush them one leg at a time. Affirmative.
Imp machinery is strong, but not that strong, Commander.
Barrels loaded, Commander. Death hungers. Reinforcements requested. What needs evaporating? Acknowledged. That rolling thunder you hear in the distance, those are enemy armors. Nothing will stop me. War factory completed. Let death extend its grasp. Recruitment citadel completed.
Exciting. Let's go. Yeah, I love traveling. Won't that use too much fuel?
There we go.
To the netherworld I return. My reputation precedes me. Death hungers. That's impossible, Commander.
We could use some support, Commander.
Let death extend its grasp. Acknowledged.
Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom.
Yes.
Bring me the spoils of war!
You set the trap, I'll make the kill.
Our glory foretold. Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom.
What is it now? The second chance to serve. Destruction is imminent. Affirmative. Barrels loaded, Commander. Your unit will soon be ready. It'll be built in a jiffy. Construction underway, Commander. Yes.
I've got big guns and I cannot lie.
I'll fight to the death.
On the trail. Get us out of here, Commander!
Battle forge completed. Steering to it.
Get out of there. Oh no. Please.
As you will. A fateful decision.
I've got big guns and I cannot
Oh,
lie.
thank goodness.
I see dead people. Aero factory completed.
All is ours for the taking.
Ho ho ho, and a bottle of ale. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. Your unit will soon be ready.
Our glory foretold.
Unit is being manufactured, Commander.
No flying doctor's jokes, okay?
Nothing I can't handle.
Oh, nice. Tear it into pieces.
Field duty, eh? What's brewing? Drawing the Iron Curtain. But I was just getting me a beer, sir.
Who will break? Who will bend?
Unit is being manufactured, Commander. What needs evaporating?
Oh no, they're coming. Get out of there.
That's impossible, Commander. Where's 13?
I've got big guns and I cannot lie. Hail and kill.
Enemy bomber balloons are airborne, Commander. Your unit will soon be ready. We sail the seas of destruction.
All is ours for the taking.
I'll leave a trail of smoke and flame.
Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander.
What are your orders, my lord? Playtime is fun, but when does the killing begin? Look, my lord, no hands! Oh!
It'll be built in a jiffy.
I need a target, quickly! Every move is a step closer to victory, my lord. Who requested fireworks?
Victory. Those juggernauts did work. You have conquered the capital of Carthon and successfully stole all their belongings, +2 gold and +1 tech.
Behold how powerful the dragon had become. Many of his rivals had fallen, and victory seemed inevitable. But then Corvus the demon, cruel and cunning as he was, decided to intervene, for he did not want the war to end. He infested all the Empire's enemies, using terrible blood magic. Though he remained bound to the Raven, he was now present in all of the dragon's foes. Enthralled, they became stronger and more vicious than ever. The final battle between dragon and demon had begun.
Oh, is this the final act already? Johanna joins protests, queen responsible for the deaths of hundreds. Emperor mismanaging troops, soldiers told to be pillaging and raping as if still in Dark Ages. From pillar to post, we never know where these pillars are, army complains. The population in your empire will decrease by 10%.
Commander, a word, quickly. Devilry has befallen us that may yet spell our doom, just when the end was in sight. It is Corvus. He has escaped from my bonds. Too tranquil was I in the delusion that I had him shackled for good, but no! He has flown, or rather multiplied, in infinite demonic shards that hold a firm grip over every single one of our enemies, and empowers them with hellish might. Each foe we now face will be much more powerful than he was before, and it will take our forces their utmost to vanquish them. You I forewarn, Commander, but let the rest not know of this demon influence, or else all faith in victory would plummet like a stricken bird.
Okay.
You, and you alone, can now accomplish what we set out to do. One dragon will have to face an endless number of demon-driven fiends, and desolate them all. I know you can, my friend. Show them why you, none other, are the Dragon Commander.
Okay. Achievement unlocked, the finale.
If you've been talking to Oberon, Commander, know he is grossly overacting, in my humble opinion. In a remote town, far away from proper civilization, perhaps it is true tensions between undead and elves could manifest in some sort of temporary violence, but mass killings? By the Seven, no. That I cannot believe.
Yikes, what is happening?
Commander, I have formally accused the undead in the city of Harrow Ridge of genocide and brought the matter before the council. The situation there is frightful. Fanatics among the undead, are there any other, have been purging the unclean, that is to say, the elven community. There have been patrols in the night, empty houses in the morning, and loose earth in ditches near the edges of the city. Scandalous, as is the negligence shown by General Edmund. He was given the task of regulating the town according to your laws. But of course he's not lifted a finger to stop this secretive slaughter because of his well-known contempt for the elves.
Let's see what Edmund has to say about this.
If there is one favor you can do for me, Commander, it's to invite Oberon up on one of the observation decks, give him a nudge, and let gravity prove elves can indeed not fly. Then at least he can pester me no more with his aggravating accusations of professional misconduct. He's been prattling on and on about some tiff between some of his sorry sort and a couple of undead as hot-headed as they are airheaded. He even talks of genocide, if you can believe it. Melodramatic little man, isn't he? All of this is supposed to be happening in some rural hamlet newly conquered. No more than a collection of pigsties and whorehouses, I imagine, and I bet you can hardly tell the difference. Yes, I was officially given the responsibility to oversee matters there, but some local undead officer said he'd do the job, and I was all the more glad for it.
Yikes.
As you can see, Oberon missed the mark once more. I can hardly be charged for misconduct when I haven't even conducted anything, now can I, Commander?
The hell, you can't. There's talk of murder and you, the official responsible, so hop to it and investigate.
Hop to it? You have before you the greatest general in Rivellon, and you're ordering him to waste his time on a bunch of peasants that are having trouble playing nice. Very well, Commander. Perhaps later I can attend to more of this urgent business. I'm sure there's loads of kittens stuck in trees and toddlers in want of their teddies.
People are dying, so I think that's pretty important.
No time to talk. Off I go. Hopping to it.
Impressive victory, Commander. You fight like a lion. If you weren't a dragon, we wouldn't stand a chance. So buckle up, Commander.
Our victory was so complete, I can taste it. You did well by us, Commander. We have but begun, Commander, but looking back...
We gave them a good licking, didn't we, Commander? Between you and your team of generals, not even an army of demons could defeat us.
Speaking of which...
The situation is pretty bleak.
And more lands to conquer, huh? So it's just a single red faction, huh? I don't think I can win this fight. this will be a problem for next stream. Thank you all for watching.